Hello there, Capricorn, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, I am going to be doing your weekly reading for the week of September 26th. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot to get some more details about any obstacles or advice that Spirit has for you. If you're resonating with the message, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. And, well, I think that's it. I think we're ready to get into it. So Capricorn, we have been having a full moon in Pisces, an autumn equinox. There are planets in retrograde. We have a lot of intense energy. So I hope you are taking good care of yourself, using self-care to make sure that, you're staying grounded. And especially with the full moon in Pisces, it was tough. Lots of emotions coming up. So here's your Sacred Soul Traveler's Oracle card. It's the Desert Passage. Trust that there is a divine plan. Okay, so Capricorn, there's a lot of this kind of energy around. It's not just you. I hope that makes you feel better. There is kind of like this sense of, the full moon in Pisces. Pisces is very dreamy and everything. And it's kind of like you may, especially with these retrogrades, until about October 17th, feel like totally unfocused. This is a good time for you to go on vacation or do something fun, because it's going to be very hard to be motivated until the middle of October. So it is about just allowing. And not being too worried about, what do I have to do? Try not to push too hard, because right now you are kind of like, you may be feeling like you're traveling this path by yourself. You may feel totally unfocused, not really sure what is the plan. But to take heart, it's only for a little while, a couple of weeks, and then, things will become more clear. But in the meantime, it's about just realizing that this energy that we're going through right now is also part of the plan. And so it's just about, making sure that you are taking good care of yourself, meditating, spending time in nature, all of those things that help you to stay grounded. A higher view. Yes. And so a lot of this desert passage, trying to, feeling like you're unfocused and stuff, is just to kind of bring you into a higher view of the divine plan. It's also about really connecting to your intuition, realizing that your intuition will help you to know what the next step is. And sometimes what we have to do is, when we're going through these energies, is to just get up every morning and just say, okay, what's the step I take today? And realize, hey, I don't have to worry about tomorrow or the next day, next week, next month. I'm just going to, it's honestly like a sense of just take it one day at a time right now. So let's see what else we have here. This is your Wisdom Oracle card. Never ending story. Okay, this goes exactly with all these retrogrades. We have 3 planets in retrograde right now, including Mercury. So there are people, situations, emotions that just are coming back so that we can kind of like look at that one more time and then kind of process them. Every time that we process a past pain or hurt, we kind of do it in a different way, and each time it gets a little bit easier. It's kind of like peeling an onion. So the first layer, you get that big, whiff of onion smell, and your eyes might tear, and you might just be like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. And then you work with it a little bit more, and each layer is smaller and smaller. And it's kind of like, I get a sense that you are having some things that are coming back up during this period. and just to have you take another look at them. It also could mean, and we'll go to the tarot, that there could be people or situations from the past that are coming back around. I picked up the deck and I saw Judgment card on the bottom. That's very much this never-ending story. It's about looking, I really get a sense of looking at patterns in your life, patterns in relationships, patterns in jobs that you've taken and maybe have quit then. Just taking a look at some patterns, and it's kind of like I get a true sense, especially with this desert pattern. The desert passage, that it is a time for you to leave it. It's coming up one more time so that you can actually leave it, like leave it in the desert is the way that I'm getting that. So we're going to go to the tarot. We'll take a look at your present energy, then any areas of resistance or obstacles in your path, advice from Spirit, and then the outcome if you take the advice. But remember, Capricorn, you do have free will, so you can choose to do whatever you think is best for you. All right, let's take a look at present energy. Nice. Wheel of Fortune. I love this card. This card has actually been coming up quite a bit lately. The Wheel of Fortune is indicating that you're closing out one chapter, one situation, one relationship, and it's time to start a new one. But there could be, and we'll look when we go to clarify these, there could be something that you have to do so that you can get the wheel to actually turn. Sometimes it's almost like, one of these gears, if you look at all those gears that are in her dress, one of these gears may be stuck. There's something from the past, a pattern from the past, a relationship from the past, a situation from the past that you just finally have to deal with. And I get a sense that you kind of have to do this on your own. It's kind of like for some of you, you may have been waiting on a person or waiting for a situation to clear up or, to be resolved. And it's almost like it's time for you to do something about it. That's the message that I'm getting. So let's take a closer look at that. So what's your area of resistance or your obstacle? Because you do, Capricorn, you want this wheel to turn. This is one of the best cards in the deck. So you want that wheel to turn. Queen of Cups, loving yourself. Especially with this full moon in Pisces, it is really difficult. There's something from the past that I feel like is perhaps blocking you from truly loving yourself, from truly understanding your worth, from truly, grasping all your talents, all your gifts, your true light, and shining it for others to see. A sense of, it's almost like you really need to nurture yourself. Some of you, this won't resonate with everybody, but the message that I'm getting is that for some of you, you may not have gotten the nurturing that you needed when you were a child, especially from a mother. That's kind of the message I'm getting. It's almost like you have to learn how to nurture yourself. You may have been in a situation in the past, whether it was from childhood or a romantic connection, where you weren't truly nurtured, and you may not have felt like you deserved to be nurtured. And I'm really getting a strong message that it's about you really, truly loving yourself. Like being able to look in the mirror and say, I love myself. And name things that you love about yourself. I love the way that I love flowers, and take care of flowers. I love the way that I greet people with a smile. I love my compassion for animals. Whatever it is, it's like a really and truly embracing. It's kind of like, I feel like this is a very, very old pattern. It's not like something new. You may be aware of this pattern. I won't say that you aren't Capricorn, but it really is about really stepping into the power of releasing this pattern. And I think that that's why you have to kind of do this by yourself. It's like Okay, the message I'm getting is that you may have relied on other people to fill up your cup of love and to make you feel worthy. And you're going on this, passage by yourself, this part of your path by yourself, because you have to learn how to fill up your own cup before you can actually reach out and fill up the cups of others. Before you can offer love to others. And I'm not saying that you're not loving, Capricorn. It's just that, if you want that true, intimate, really deep relationship, it's something that you have to do, you have to have with yourself first before you can have with others. Okay, yeah, so here's the Eight of Swords. This dropped, but it did not flip over. And they're telling me that you're just kind of like, this is a lot of self-doubt. Your obstacle is that, you're not sure if you're worthy of true love. You're not sure you're worthy of putting time and effort into yourself, whatever that means. Maybe even money into yourself, investing in yourself. I get the sense that you have to invest in yourself. That's kind of interesting because I can't remember. Somebody else got a similar message to that, I think last week. And it really is truly about, stepping into this energy of putting like your money where your mouth is. Like you may say to your friends, oh no, I really do love myself. You may say it to yourself, oh no, I'm working on that. I love myself. But then it comes time to, okay, we'll say buy like a new pair of shoes, and you go and buy a bargain pair of shoes. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But maybe just every once in a while, at least, you ought to treat yourself to a pair of shoes that are really a good pair of shoes. Something that's really comfortable, that's really going to last some time. And it's kind of like, oh, I would never spend that much money on shoes for me. But you may spend that much money on shoes for your children or other people that are in your life, right? It's kind of like taking a look at that. Like, are you treating yourself as well as you would treat everybody else that's around you? Okay, so let's see what your advice is. Five of Cups. Okay, this card has been coming out a lot. It is about, the message that I'm getting with this card is that, there's three flowers here that have fallen into the water. And then over here, there's two flowers that she has left on a branch. It's like you've lost something in the past, but you're kind of just, your focus is on what you've lost and not what you still have. It's about changing your focus, changing your perspective, turning your head from looking at these three flowers to the two flowers that you have left. As we turn the wheel, as we step from one chapter into the next, from one path onto the next, whatever that means for you. Okay, so say you've come out of a long-term relationship and you're stepping into a new path, a new chapter of your life where you are going to be single, or you've left one job and you're starting a new job, or you've moved from one city to the next. Okay, there's some indication here that you're trying to make a change. You're trying to close out one chapter and step onto this new chapter. And I think you really are trying, Capricorn. I think you're really trying to step totally into this new path. But there's something from the past that is holding you back. And look at, with these retrogrades and stuff, we had the Judgment card on the bottom when I picked up the deck, and I pre-shuffled before I start, doing the readings. There's something from the past that is kind of coming back around. And it could be, it could be a person, it could be a situation, it could just be a pattern or a belief system that is coming back around in some type of situation, and you're kind of looking at it. So just to ask yourself, for most of you, you're going to say, oh no, I've moved on from that relationship or that job or whatever. But ask yourself, Are you spending time looking at the past, or are you really and truly only thinking about the future? Have you turned your head? It's almost like you're in between the old and the new, right? And as you step into the new, you can't take everything with you. These are the things that you really and truly have to leave behind. But it's time to really and truly say goodbye to those. And whether they're people, jobs, situations, patterns, belief systems, it doesn't matter. It's time to really let them go. This message has really been coming out for the collective. So once again, Capricorn, like don't don't feel like this is a message that is, I'm hoping you resonate with it, but it's kind of like, this is almost like stepping into a new way of thinking. And I feel like in a way it's almost like the collective, like there's a lot of people awakening and moving into a new phase of their life. Everybody will be moving into different phases, but it's the same type of energy. Okay, so the outcome, nice, the Chariot. Yeah, okay, so it's kind of interesting because even though it's like a similar message to other messages for other signs, it's also a little different. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups on the bottom. This could be somebody coming back from the past, offering their love. Queen of Wands, Justice, Seven of Wands. Look at this. All of this is beautiful energy. Even the Knight of Cups, I'm going to say, it doesn't have to be somebody coming back from the past. It can be just you really stepping into loving yourself. Bringing balance into your life with the Justice card. You could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. We have the Queen of Wands, confident, willing to go forward, just really almost like brazen. And then the Seven of Wands, getting truly over something from the past, being able to, it's the strong man, pull those bars back and say, I am out of this cage. I am out of this pattern. I am out of this belief system. I am moving forward and moving forward quickly. Now, this all happens when you truly step onto your new path. And then look at this. We have the Five of Wands underneath there. Once again, this idea of you can't take everything with you. Take the things that mean the most to you as you step onto this new path, as you step into this new chapter. Leave the rest behind. And leave it behind. Like, don't look at it anymore. And I know it's easier said than done, but look at this underneath that, the sun. Like Capricorn, there's so much beautiful energy underneath the deck. And it really is, and I know it's hard. I've been struggling with this myself. It's kind of like you're there, and yet at the same time, it's like something, okay, this is what they're telling me. It's like something is pulling the reins back. And, I'll put it this way. This thing from the past is like trying to pull you. That's the retrograde energy, right? It's kind of like trying to keep you in the past in some way. And it's about saying, just really saying, no, I'm done. Enough is enough, and I'm moving on. And it's hard. It is hard, but it's kind of, I would say, have a burning ceremony, really ground yourself, put up affirmations on your bathroom mirror, on the refrigerator, where, your computer, your office wall, whatever it is, like, I am moving forward. Enough is enough. My future is bright. Like, just think about the future. Make a vision board. Get really, it's about, you're going to get the clarity. You may not know exactly where you're going or exactly what you want, but you're moving forward. And the first step is to not think about the past at all. It's really hard. I know. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. For some of you, it does have something to do with a long-term committed relationship, possibly a marriage or an engagement. Doesn't have to be. Or it has to do with a long-term belief system that you have about love, money, yourself, whatever it is. This is something that's like embedded in you, or it can be a true soul connection. So that could be a romantic connection, but it could also be a family connection or a true friend connection, because I also have the Six of Cups. So this is like a real deep soulmate connection. A lot of times it is, has to do either with family or romantic connection. But look at that. You have the Devil card with it, right? This is that thing from the past, that situation from the past, that romantic connection, that family belief system that's just like holding you back. It's like pulling in the reins. It's like, no, Capricorn, you're not going forward. We're not letting this chariot go. And you're kind of like, I want to go. I want to go. Let me go. And it is about, the Page of Pentacles is something tangible. It can be information. It could be wisdom that you learn. It can be somebody coming in and giving you this. It could be somebody from the past coming in with an offer. But it's up to you. You have to decide. Are you going to allow this wheel to turn so you can step truly into, we had the Fool card at one point, step truly into your new passage? You may have to go it alone for a while. Or are you going to allow this energy to kind of pull you back? And I'm going to say, if you look at that, I think it's like a fairy sitting on top of an hourglass, and she doesn't look happy, right? I mean, it's kind of like this frustration with, why can I not move forward? Why do I keep going back to the past? And it's asking yourself that question. What is holding you back? What is it that you want? Because we have the attachment card with the Devil card, meaning that you're attached to something from the past. What is it that is pulling you back about this situation? Is it actually you want to return to this relationship or situation? Or is there just some fondness about it that's holding you back? And if you go forward, you're going to have to give this up in some way. But it really is. It's about recognizing, turning your head and changing your perspective, and not focusing on what you've lost, but focusing on what you still have and where it is that you want to go. I picked up the deck and we have the Star card. Your hopes and dreams are going to come true. It's really about turning your head. Turn your head. Shift your perspective. So let's see. Oh, really nice. 7 of Wands on the bottom. So this is your area of resistance or your obstacle. You're having a hard time. You have a lot of self-doubt. You're having a hard time truly loving yourself, and really filling up your own cup. And it's clarified by the Queen of Cups again. Okay, so this is truly, your obstacle. We also have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Swords. For some of you, you may be waiting for somebody from the past to come back. That is one storyline I have, where, you may be separated from somebody from the past, whether it's a romantic partner, family, friend, or a situation, or, a group of people. Like, you've been separated and you've been kind of like waiting a while for them to come back and offer their love. Like, I feel like they may have left and you're kind of like, oh, are they going to come back? It's like a sense of waiting. And as long as you're waiting, can you turn the wheel and step into your own life? And how long are you going to wait? Are you going to wait a week, a month, a year, a decade, or the rest of your life? It's kind of like Spirit is saying it's time to decide to move forward. Now, the other situation I can see is that you're kind of caught up in your head. The Two of Swords is this, like, really not knowing what to do, where to put your love, who to offer your love to. And because the Queen of Cups has come out twice as your obstacle, it's about, just take this Ace of Cups and give it to yourself, right? You may be trying to focus on, like, where do I put my love? Who do I love? Which, what can I love? And it's kind of like the easiest solution is spend time, energy, money, whatever, loving yourself. Really nice. Like, don't worry about, some of you may be trying to manifest love in your life, but it's really a sense of stepping into a true loving of yourself. Okay, so let's take a look at this Five of Cups. This is your advice from Spirit. Nine of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Hanged Man, Seven of Pentacles. Once again, where are you going to put your time and energy? Are you going to put your time and energy in something that is no longer in your life? A person, a situation, a job, a relationship? Are you going to put your time and energy in that? Or are you going to put your time and energy in yourself, right? Creating the life. The Queen of Cups has the life that she wants. She's very intuitive. She steps into her heart space. She allows her heart to drive her decisions. This energy, right, is a lot more about allowing your ego. What does everybody else think I should do or where I should go? But look at this. We have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about independence, freedom. We have the Page of Cups, which can be an apology. Okay, somebody coming back with an apology. But it can also mean just like loving yourself, loving your work, loving your independence, being really grateful for it, just stepping into that. And because you do that, the Hanged Man is about waiting, and it's also about changing your perspective. It's as if you give yourself this cup of love and you say, you know what, I'm really just going to love myself, whatever that means. Ask yourself, what makes your heart kind of like skip a beat? Is it taking a hike in the woods? Is it taking a bubble bath? Is it getting a massage? Is it binge watching your favorite TV show? As long as it's healthy and you're giving your heart what it truly wants, it's like you fill up your cup of love and you're loving yourself. And guess what? When you get into that vibration, then you also bring in more love and joy into your life. You raise your vibration, and then others that are at that higher vibration also come in. It's almost like you get out of this never-ending story by just spending time loving yourself. You also get this new perspective about life, new perspective about yourself, new wisdom. It's a really nice energy. And you quickly move from this Five of Cups energy, which is a hard energy, into the Chariot, which is all about victory, moving forward very quickly, progress. It's a really just almost kind of like a freedom that you gain when you finally say to yourself, I'm not going there. I'm not talking about it. I'm not thinking about it. If I think about something from the past, then I'm going to spend 10 minutes thinking about the future. Like, what is it? Where is it that you want to go? Okay, so with the Chariot, the world. You're trying to step into this new world. And as soon as you change your perspective, you get to move quickly from all of this old energy. Look at what you have. You have the Nine of Swords, which is sleepless nights, all up in your head about, am I doing the right thing? The Two of Pentacles, trying to bring balance into your life, but you're having a hard time. And the Three of Swords. It's truly a message from Spirit that it's time to move on. If you have been waiting for something to happen, right? This is definitely a message of the thing that you need to do is, and it's not really even about taking a lot of action, it's really about just changing your perspective and taking a really close look at where you're putting your time and energy. You know, don't put any more time or energy into the past. Put all of your time and energy into you, Capricorn. Really nice. I know. I'll have to admit, it's. I can kind of resonate with this message because, last week with the full moon in Pisces and everything, I was in one of those moods one day, and it was really about, if you want something different, you have to think different. It was, and I actually went out and purchased something that I really kind of wanted, but I kept waiting. I kept waiting. Well, when blah 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 happens, then I'll go buy that. And it was kind of like, you know what? I really and truly want that. I can afford it. It wasn't like it was something extremely expensive or anything, but it was something that was going to help me put time and energy into myself. But I just kept, well, I'll wait a little longer, maybe it'll go on sale. And then I was like, no, I'm going to be waiting my entire life. When it does go on sale, then it'll be out of stock. It was one of those. It was just like, come on, Mary Sue, just go get this so that you can get started, doing the next thing that you really want to do. So here is your creativity oracle card. Accomplishment. Remember past accomplishments as a way to overcome present self-doubt. Yes. And, I really do. There is a lot of self-doubt, a lot of up in your head right now. That's very typical Capricorn of what's going on in the cosmos right now. But that's okay. Like, it's sometimes just recognizing, hey, this is just like a little phase we're all going through. Sometimes that does help, right? Because then you don't get kind of like, oh, what's wrong with me? But it is recognizing, this angel is inside this cage, but they don't even recognize that the top is popped, right? They could get out of that cage. And it's kind of like, just ask yourself, I really feel like it is a shift of perspective. Which does not take a lot of energy, right? You can even do that from your couch. Just, taking a shift of perspective. Put up some sticky notes, about what you want in your future. Just put your focus on the future. And then the past will quickly die away. And you will be able to move forward very quickly. Okay, this is your Lover's Oracle card, and it says soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. I seriously have to say that, I didn't want this to become a love reading, but we did have, a lot of people perhaps coming back from the past. That storyline kind of was, popping up. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner, okay? A soulmate is somebody that really is important to us in our life. And I think for some of you, you may be kind of missing somebody that was in your past life, or missing something, some characteristic or trait or embodiment that they brought to your life. So for instance, maybe they were a person that, loved to travel and everything, but now that you're separated from them and you're on this solo journey, you don't like to travel by yourself, right? Like, it was a lot of fun when you had somebody that was really good at making the arrangements or had that adventurous spirit, but maybe you just really naturally are not that adventurous, right? It's about, not thinking about, okay, what have I lost? It's about recognizing, well, when I was with that person, okay, they were not good for me, except that I really did enjoy traveling. And then asking yourself, is there another person that you could travel with? It's like just shifting your perspective, getting really, in tune with what it is that you've left behind that you may be missing now. It doesn't mean you have to have that person come back into your life. You want to look to the future because guess what? You do have a soulmate that is wanting to come in. It's about you have to let go of whatever relationship this was in the past so that you can move forward and this person can come on your path. And, Capricorn, I think it all happens super quick because you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the World card, you have the Chariot card. These are fast moving. Like once you say, okay, I'm not waiting anymore for this person to come back. I'm not waiting anymore. I am moving forward. And you really mean it. And you start loving yourself because you know that moving forward is the best thing for you. It's like this person comes in and it is love. And it's a really nice message. Well, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this message. I really did enjoy doing this reading for you. And if you resonated with it, I would really appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. And I do wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.